masculinity, or masculineness, apparently. But some key ideas: don't let your feet cross in front of each other. No sashaying.
You're going to squash your feet.
None of this. None of this. I don't want to see your hips move. I don't want to see your feet in front of each other. Like, have you ever seen the beginning of the movie Chicago? And she's walking in high heels on this old sidewalk. Her feet are like this. And it drives me crazy because they're so far in front of each other. It's like the most feminine possible way to move. And it's got this very tango thing. But don't do it. Walk in a line. Consider each leg on a track, on a railroad track.
You may put your feet farther, closer together, but as she said, you need to leave room for your penis, even while you're walking.
And so I'd like to just practice walking. We've got a nice big space here. So as you're walking, first I'd like everyone to just kind of walk, trying to concentrate on keeping your weight even, keeping your feet essentially parallel, presenting a certain kind of stance and leaving room between your legs. And then as we go, we'll call out a few different types of emotion or character that we'd like you to try to think about walking as. So for right now, just go normal.
Walk. Go walk.
As ourselves or as men?
As men. Now you are an authoritative, dictatorial man. How far apart are your legs? How fast do you walk?
What are your arms doing? What is your neck doing? What are your shoulders doing?
And we'll think more about the upper part of the body as we go, but do think about that. Amanda, what next kind of character?
Good question. Intimidated man. The person that was being walked around by the man that you just were.
Comedic relief man. Guy who comes on stage and immediately gets a laugh.
Sulking man. No, that's sexy man.
Oh.
And as you're doing this, don't forget, where are your thighs at? Where are your feet at? Where's your weight at? Attached to the ground. With each step, you should feel grounded, not that you're lifting off or that you're wearing heels. Hit the ground and hold it. It's just something to think about. All right, come back to the circle.
Sitting, actually.
Sitting! Sitting is next. Get the garbage. All right. Sitting, weirdly enough, is the thing that will convince an audience that you're playing a man. More than anything else. It's just something that's so gendered, the way that we sit. So if I'm going to sit, duh, or even as a girl, if you're down here, or you might lean, it's a very gendered way to sit. Men, there's no comparison. And particularly this little move will convince an audience every time. I can't tell you, it's like the magic touch. But if you just walk up to a chair and go, men, people immediately go, wow, she's put a lot of work into playing this.
Careful with the wrists and fingers, though.
Are you a lazy man? Are you an authoritative man? Are you attracted to who you're talking to?
Look, she's got room for her penis.
Room! Leave room, for the love of God! We cannot emphasize it enough. You have to give it some space. And then, before I did this, incredibly feminine, particularly if you point the toe, men are not going to cross their legs. Maybe an actual man on stage could cross his legs. We are not actual men. We are women playing men. Even if I am in full man regalia and am playing this very masculine character and I sit down and do this, I look like a girl. It is just going to be impossible to not convey that. However, this could be very different. You don't see a lot of girls sitting like this. It's a pretty good one. It's not even something that most men do, but only men do it if it's going to be done at all. So it conveys a masculinity with it. So find a chair, there's tons of them around. I'm sorry that we kind of pushed everything out of the way. Just somewhere that's comfortable. And then think about sitting, so everyone stand just for a moment. Think about sitting, or don't even think about it, just sit. How would you sit? You're at a restaurant with your family and you get to your chair and you sit down and it's just you.
For ourselves?
Yeah, just as yourself. What feels comfortable? What angle do you sit at? Where are your feet? Is your weight on the floor at all? Stand back up. You're a man, and only a man, but a man who needs to show it. And you're going to sit down at the same restaurant. First, I want everyone to grab their hands from right here, like a 2-finger pinch, and hike.
Don't be too far forward.
Yeah, you don't need to make like a big thing out of it, just a little, like it's an automatic gesture. And if you need to practice, like if you're in a show or something, just go, and don't even think about it. And then sit. Where are your knees?
Are you sticking your penis over there? Totally work.
Now, think about that. And are you conveying a certain
Oh my god.
amount of authority?
Sorry. I just saw Connie and I was almost intimidated there until I realized that she was vulnerable because her toes were pointing out.
Alright, so just to talk about certain things, and I hope people don't mind if I do this, but if we look at, for example, how Marty is sitting, she conveys maybe a certain interest. She's leaning forward, her hands are kind of loosely clasped, so she's very casual about it. There's something casual, but maybe a listening stance to that. Whereas, I'm sorry, what's your first name? Trisha? Cool. Whereas Trisha might be at a meeting. She's sitting up very straight. There's a certain amount of properness in her posture. So she might be in a place where there's a certain amount of expectation involved. Sarah, very casual. People might be bringing things to her. You could think about her as being someone who doesn't need to force masculinity because she expects it to come to her. There are a lot of different ways that you can think about this. How far forward you lean, how far apart your knees are. I'd like everyone to try that cross-legged sit and see how that feels. It can be really weird the first couple times you do it, but then if you can get that to be an automatic thing, hike, sit, leg, it looks really good. Like, usually it's really good.
I'm going to turn off the fish. Yeah, if it's uncomfortable and your knee is up, don't do it. Because it's supposed to look comfortable, because it should feel comfortable, but if it doesn't feel comfortable, then it won't. So I will never sit like this on stage.
For the first few times that I tried that move, I was really uncomfortable, and then after being in a show playing it for like a month, I just sat like that normally for like a year.
So then it looks super comfy over there.
You do it. Listen, like,
I do nice. I used to sit like this normally, and then I was told it was unladylike, so...
Cheers!
Exactly! Beautiful.
Cheers.
All
Alright.
Just because it was only in family, I was like, I'll try that out.
Nice. So, practice. Try a few different times with the pants hike, with sitting, with giving yourself space, with conveying certain masculinity in the angle at which you're sitting. So stand up, try it a few times, and Amanda and I will walk around and talk to people and see if anyone has a question.
It's really hard to hike your pants if you're wearing skinny jeans.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
tight
Under my pants.
It doesn't actually have to, like, with your pants up. Like, you're not doing a full pants thing here. It's just like a little, like, most men do it without realizing they're doing it. Or even if most men don't do it, it shows masculinity.
They don't wear pants.
You don't have to, like, wait. You can just do whatever. Like,
Or you can walk into somewhere else, you can sit on a different level if you like. Sit on an arm.
are you playing, like, 16-year-old boy who's flopping into his video game chair, like, or are you playing, like, 50-year-old businessman who's about to be told that he's
Die right there.
Think about the man. Nice. I like that. Look, think about it. Is there a personality? Is there an age? Is there a confidence level? Confidence is such a big word with men.